Thank you for joining me. Do you think Penny has actually hurt her chances of becoming the next Prime Minister with her previous statement on trans rights?
Well, I would hope so. She's not a Conservative, she's a Liberal. She shouldn't be in the running, she shouldn't be in the Conservative Party, she's a Liberal. But the Conservative Party has been led by Liberals many times in the past. It looks to me very much, I mean, she's a personable woman, she's a goodish speaker, not as good as Penny Mordaunt. She's got an intellect, no question about that. But I suspect that when this process is all over, none of the leaders of our three main parties will actually know what a woman is. They will not be able to define what a woman is. And it takes you back in a way to Brexit when, 4/5 of the House of Commons were against Brexit. We're back in the same position whereby there's a Liberal hegemony which simply doesn't have any support in the country. And I think in electing Penny, the Conservative Party is chiefly throwing away its last chance to beat the ghastly prospect of a Starmer-Sturgeon-Drakeford coalition next time around.
It is actually quite interesting as well, because with regard to that, when she was sort of challenged about the first time when she made the comment with regard to the trans issue, she said that she had only a day to read the bill. That's what she said. But even as you listened as she was speaking there, she said that great care has been taken in the drafting of this. So she's saying two very, very different things. And actually, one MP told Sky News that anyone who's been a bill minister will tell you that you have plenty of time to prepare. So she's sort of saying two very different things, which I think is quite worrying. Do you think that the Conservatives have actually become more liberal in defining a woman?
Well, I don't think they're able to do so. I mean, Boris was able to do so when really, really pushed. And I think Rishi gave it a stab as well. But there is no one within that top tranche of the Conservative Party, perhaps Liz Truss aside, certainly Penny Mordaunt aside, who was prepared to push back against this absurd propaganda, which nobody in the country supports. That's the crucial thing about it. Nobody in the country goes along with this. There was an opinion poll 2 days ago which showed that 98%, I mean, you never get 98%. That's the kind of figures you get, in Soviet elections in 98% of people do not want lavatories regendered so that transgender people can use the lavatories for which they were biologically not suited. 98%. It was 97% about men and women having their own spaces. It was over 60%, and virtually no one in favour of transgender people competing against transgendered men competing against women in sport. There is no support for this rubbish